Bonsoir, and welcome back to Southwest France. My name is Jean Sandbloom, and typically on my MAISON, we talk about life in my 200-year-old farmhouse. But as every couple of months I take a weekend trip to Paris, I thought I'd bring you along. So, my number one tip on how to spend a weekend in Paris is not to go on the weekend. It's Sunday night. I'm here at the Cahors train station. I'm going to catch the night train. It's amazing. They just restarted running night trains this year, and it's so perfect because I get a first class 4-person berth. I pay a supplement of 70 euros, and I get the whole berth. I get the whole compartment to myself, and I leave here tonight. It's leaving late. It's 11:30, but at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll roll into Paris. I'll save the money for the night in the hotel room, and I'll get a great night's sleep, and I'll arrive for the full day in Paris. So all in, this 4-person compartment, which is just me solo, cost 112 euros. You have to book these early in order to get that option where you can get the entire cabin to yourself. They sell out really quick. So I booked this about 2 months ago, and since I come to Paris every 2 months, just about every trip I take, as soon as I get back, I book a new one. So I arrived at Gare Austerlitz just after 7 o'clock in the morning. The train has absolutely no services on it. You can't even get hot water to make tea. But what's really cool is here in the station, if you go to a space service, they not only have showers that are of a quality that you would find in a business class airport lounge, but you can get free coffee inside here too. The showers are free if you have a business class ticket. It was about a half-hour wait. They are kept impeccably clean. Someone comes in and cleans it top to bottom after each use. So I'm here outside of Gare Austerlitz. We're now going to walk over the Seine to Gare de Lyon, where I'm going to stow my bags for the day. So it's literally a 5-minute walk from Gare Austerlitz over the Seine to Gare de Lyon, where you can see the big clock tower. So this is the exact spot. The opening ceremonies are going to be for the 2024 Olympics coming up in July 2024. So the key to Gare de Lyon is not going in the front door. There's always construction going on, and it's super congested to try and fight your way through the train station. So if you're going to go on the RER, which is probably why you're here, because the RER A line goes right through the station, which is the busiest line in Paris, you want to go to one of these 2 metro stops. They're over here on the little pathway to the Courtyard by Marriott Hotel. One has an up escalator, one has a down escalator, and it's kind of a secret back entrance to Gare de Lyon. And it'll also put you near where the left luggage spot is. So lockers range from $5.50 to $9.50, cash only, but there are change machines. Tickets on the Paris Metro cost 210 euros. It's best, though, to buy a Navigo Easy Card. You can get it from any ticket window or a machine, and it's good on all public transport inside Paris. When you buy your Navigo Easy Card, add 10 trips to it. You'll get 1 trip free, and then you don't have to constantly wait in line to reload your card. The machines, by the way, take credit cards and have an English option. And by the way, when the Olympics arrive here in July, tickets for the metro will double, pretty much just like everything else in the city. There is seriously nothing better than Paris in the rain. So every time I come to Paris, there's just an ocean of things to do here. I always try to go someplace I haven't been before. So I'm way up in the 20th arrondissement right now at Pere Lachaise Cemetery. So I saw the date 1915, and then I just saw all these names. And I'm like, how could these possibly all be from 1915? Then it's like, duh, it's World War One. But when you see this many names together, this is just crazy. So a 15-minute walk from the Pere Lachaise Cemetery is L'Atelier de Lumiere, and it's the museum dedicated to visual arts. It's here permanently, but the exhibits change, and today it's all about Mark Chagall, Paris, and New York. So that was truly fantastic. I've seen the Van Gogh traveling exhibition in the United States, but this took it to a whole new level. When they shot the lights down from the ceiling onto the floor, you were literally swimming in paint. And the music that they choreographed to it went from classical to the Doors when they were going through Mark Chagall's dark period surrounding World War II. So I can't recommend that enough. I bought my ticket online in advance. It is L'Atelier de Lumiere. So I've left the 20th arrondissement, and now I'm back in familiar stomping grounds, Saint Germain des Prés. And I've got to pick up a fashionable gift for a fashionable person here at Hermes. So it's time for lunch, and I booked myself into L'Atelier de Joel Robuchon. I came here about 3 years ago and absolutely loved it. It's counter seating, and you overlook the kitchen. So if you're a solo diner and you don't want to be in this pretentious situation where everybody's staring at you while you're eating in Paris, this is just absolutely the perfect restaurant. Also, this is where value and cheap comes to play. By no sense of the imagination is a 10-course tasting menu for lunch at 159 euros cheap. But when you consider 5, 6 course tasting menus at some of the Michelin starred restaurants all over Paris are in the 600 euro range, this is really truly value. Plus, you come here and this is like entertainment. I'm going to have a 3-hour lunch and I get to watch them cook it. and I'm going to walk out of here with just a ton of ideas for things to cook at home. So come on in. We're going to go have lunch at L'Atelier de Joel Robuchon. So it's difficult to explain what an amazing experience that is. 249 euros, 2.5 hours, 10 courses. The waiter, I went to reach to pour my own glass of wine, and he was there within 3 seconds and grabbed the bottle out of my hand. And I didn't even leave a tip because it's included. So when you look at it, value to eat at a place like this and have 10 courses, you know, people complain about little teeny tiny plates. If those plates had been huge, I'd be dying right now. They were so rich. One course was a single ravioli that had lobster, truffles, and foie gras in it. And I'm like, what? No caviar? It's amazing how entertainment can be food when you're in Paris. My next stop, my last stop today, if I can make it, I did this on purpose. It's a 45-minute walk to the next stop, and believe me, I need a 45-minute walk. So, bienvenue à la Musée d'Evolution, which is also known as the Museum of Natural History, which explains why I've gotten lost here twice, because half the sign said Museum of Natural History and the other half said Musée d'Evolution. So anyway, it's the same museum. So here I am. This is very, very of a Jules Verne museum meets a fine gentleman's club, turn of the century in London. It's very sophisticated. It's got these totally cool roof. There's thunder and lightning going on in here right now. Oh my God. Look at this. This is so cool. You know, a lot of museums, it's not necessarily what the exhibits are, it's just how cool the museums are. And that's what's so cool about some of these places in France like this. So good morning. It's 6:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning. I made it to Gare de Lyon, collected my bags yesterday, and it was about 5:30, and it was right in the middle of rush hour. I had read somewhere that up to 1 million people a day can ride the A line out of in Paris. It's the most popular line, and I would have believed it yesterday. I was packed in Tokyo tight, like sardines on that train. I couldn't film. And by the time I got off 45 minutes later, I'm here in a place called Val d'Europe. It's one stop away from Marne-la-Vallée, where Disneyland Paris is, and that's where we're going today. So I always stay here. It's a great apartment. It's a place called Apparthotel, and it's right next door to the RER station here in Val d'Europe. By the way, to get here, you don't want to use your Navigo card. For some reason, when they take cash off the Navigo card for the trip, they take off 10 euros. If you just go and buy a ticket from the machine, it's 5 euros. And it's super easy. There's actually a button for Disneyland Paris, and it's the same cost if you go to Val d'Europe or there. So I just buy my $5 ticket and I come out here. But anyway, great day yesterday. According to my Apple Watch, I walked just over 13 miles, so half marathon. I always do that when I go to Paris. But we're going to have a really fun day. And why don't I really quickly just show you around my apartment? I got this for about $100. I think it was, I booked it about 3 months ago for, I think it was 94 euros, which is almost like $105. Um, the key when you're booking hotels in Paris is book early, but book cancelable. The rates go up and down here all the time. For some reason, right now, hotels are super high on the high end. If I had booked this walk up rate, would have been 160 euros instead of 94. So just book your hotels early, but make sure they're cancelable in the weird event that the rates go down. So let me show you this really cool apartment for 94 euros. So this is a hotel. They have a front desk, toilet room, very nice, super clean bathroom, but this whole apartment was super clean. Separate shower and bathtub, shortcut into the bedroom. I booked it as a studio. They upgraded me to a one bedroom, which can happen a lot. But it's great. Little kitchen here comes in really handy. They have a bar restaurant downstairs, but being a Monday, it was closed. Mondays and Tuesdays in France, a lot of stuff was closed. So anyway, this quick little tour of Apparthotel in Val d'Europe, just outside of Paris and right next door to Disneyland Paris. So the left luggage is on the second floor of the Marne-la-Vallée RER station, which also connects with the airport on the TGV. So you can't go all the way to the airport on the RER, but you can switch to the TGV if you want to. Anyway, up here is the lockers. I had a bottle of wine in there and the guy let me skirt, but apparently no liquids. in your suitcases in the lockers. So I always end my weekend in Paris, even though it's in the middle of the week, here at Disneyland. I have a season pass, and my season pass here is about half the price of the passes in the US. And the really cool thing is my pass allows me early entry. So all these people that are paying these ridiculous prices to stay at these Disneyland hotels for early entry, my pass gets me in an hour early, and you can really knock a lot of stuff out. This is my favorite Disney park in the world. I've been coming here since 1997. It is the most beautiful park in the world, and it's also the most adult. There's plenty of things here for kids to do, but there's just a certain sophistication here that makes this better than any other Disney park that I know of in the world for adults. Well, that does it for my weekend in Paris on a Sunday night through Tuesday night. So I'm getting ready to head back to the RER A, and then I'm going to go to the Gare de Lyon, where at 9:30 tonight I have my night train back to Cahors. So much fun. And honestly, each museum was about 10 euros. The cemetery was free. The only real splurge was the lunch at Joel Robuchon, and at 249 euros, what a great way to spend 2.5 hours. I have my Disneyland pass, so that was free. Rail tickets around here were $5. Uh, every single thing I've done here, this has just been really a great way to spend money. And honestly, a one night hotel, when you figure a night train coming in and a night train going out, was 100 euros. So Paris can be very expensive, but if you do it correctly, it's really not bad at all. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I've got take a little break from doing MAISON. If you are a fan of Disney, I've got something special coming up as a new vlog that's going to be starting in a few weeks. I hope you join me for that. Au revoir. I'll be bientôt.